In the world of $600 golf drivers, yes, $600 golf drivers, has the game of golf become too expensive to play? Yes.
Yeah.
Of course not. That would be a really bad video, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Introducing Stix Golf. So some absolutely gorgeous golf clubs, but how do they perform? Now, if you watch me and Gilbert at the PGA show about a month ago now, we actually met with Stix Golf. We got the chance to test out some of their golf clubs on the actual driving range there at Orange County National Golf Center. And Stix Golf was kind enough to send us a set of clubs with a bag to review for you at home. And we'll talk a little bit more about who Stix is for, a little bit more about their story. But here's the appeal of an entire set of golf clubs, including the bag. That's 14 clubs, putter included, and the bag, all for a sub $1,000 price point.
Did you say $1,000 for this whole set?
Less
and the
than
bag?
$1,000.
Less than $1,000.
Definitely have me intrigued. All right, so how does Stix come about? And if you get on their website and kind of see more about their story, their owner is just an everyday average golfer like Gilbert and myself. Someone who played weekend golf, weekend warrior, and someone who got to a point where he was ready to kind of move forward and get a better set of golf clubs. And so came across two options. Number one, you can get an all-in-one kind of cheapy set that isn't really geared towards you, that doesn't have maybe the best material, the best quality. Or number two, you can piece it together like most of us probably have done, a la carte, driver, hybrid, irons, putter, everything separately, and you're looking at easily over $2,000.
Easily.
So when we talked to them about their story, he wanted to come up with something that he created himself using premium materials, premium products, and something that you could actually enjoy taking out to the golf course. All right, now, so who are Stix golf clubs for if you're watching this video at home? Now, they're going to be geared probably more towards the mid to higher handicap golfer like Gilbert and myself, and someone who's looking to get a good quality set of clubs, something that's going to last, something that's going to take good care of them, something they're going to have the ability to test out on the course, take different types of shots, pretty much use in any scenario that you could use on an actual golf course. I'm not saying that as a low handicap golfer, you can't utilize these clubs as well. It does come in various flexes, I believe, senior flex, regular flex, and what we have here, which is the stiff flex. Yep. So we're going to test out the flex. Now, the club is a graphite shaft, so we're definitely going to test that out. see what kind of bend, what kind of flexibility it has, if it's going to be geared for someone maybe with a higher swing speed, or if you need to be in a certain type of swing speed range as well. So we're looking forward to testing that. Gilbert and I will both be testing these clubs indoors today. We're going to give you our numbers. We're going to test versus our current gamers, driver versus driver, 7-iron versus 7-iron, and we're going to go gap wedge versus gap wedge. This set includes 3 wedges, a 52, a 56, and a 60. So we're going to be testing out the 52 for today's purposes. We're going to get some numbers here on the Unicore IXO behind me. Then Gilbert and I will actually be taking it out to the golf course as well, possibly even have Danny do some testing from a higher swing speed setup as well. So I don't know about you, man. I'm looking forward to testing these out.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward. I mean, especially being a high handicap golfer, something that comes together looking as nice as this, you know, getting out on the course, you know, you look good, you feel good, you play good.
These things are absolutely sexy. Can't wait to test them out. All right, so that's 5 shots down with my current gap wedge. Going to be moving on to the Stix 52 degree. And one other thing we really haven't talked about yet is the actual playability guarantee. So you can actually get this set risk-free for up to 30 days. If for whatever reason you don't like it, or let's say you just don't even like the flex, you get a regular flex and you prefer a stiff flex, you could actually return it. You pay for the shipping to send it back, but they'll actually return your money, full refund. That's a really, really cool product. That's up to 30 days, and really you can't beat that guarantee in my book. All right, so we're bumping it up now to the 7-iron shots, and again, I'm using a Cobra. This is actually a 1-length club, so all the clubs in my bag are the length of the 7-iron. So I thought that'd be a really good test to compare it to the 7-iron of the Stix as well, because it's gonna be pretty much a similar length. And we'll actually show you the specs of the Stix golf clubs as regards to their loft, so you can get an idea at home. We'll put it on the screen above. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the numbers real quickly, and I'll try to get you through this as quickly as possible. We're going to start with Gilbert's shots here. This is going to be his wedge shots. You'll see the Stix club on the top and his current wedge on the bottom. 71 versus 72.5 for the carry distance, 73.8 versus 75.4 for the total distance. Looking at very similar ball speeds. Backspin a little bit higher with the gap wedge at 81.01 versus 80.60. And we're also seeing the apex higher at 48.5 versus 46.9. Part of that could be because the wedge is a little bit newer, you get a little bit more backspin. But let's go ahead and jump into that 7-iron and see how he compared 7-iron versus 7-iron as well. All right, so for total 7-iron distance, 120.1 with the Stix, 118.3 with his current gamer, 126.9 total distance versus 123.7. Ball speed very similar. Again, backspin 58.70 with the Stix, 59.22 with his current 7-iron. So he's probably compressing a little bit better with his current 7-iron, probably just because he's used to it more than anything. And apex, this one kind of stood out to me, 59.7 with the Stix versus 67.2 with his current 7-iron. And that, again, part of that could be just his comfort level, inconsistency with striking the ball as a mid to high handicapper, but definitely something that stood out to me a little bit in regards to the 7-iron shots. And lastly, moving on to the driver, and I think this is where the lighter shaft, or even closer to say maybe a regular flex shaft, would help Gilbert in his situation based upon his swing speed. And we're looking at 201 versus 188 for total carry, the average of his shots. 221.6 total rollout versus 211. So you're seeing a lot more distance with that stick shaft. Also left of the target at 13.4 versus 2.9 to the right of the target with his current driver. So I think that shaft, maybe being a little bit more flexible, is really helping Gilbert. He's getting a little bit more backspin at 2061 versus what I feel is probably a little too low number for him at 1720 with his current driver. We're also seeing a much higher apex at 73.2 versus 69.6, as well as a higher flight time at 5.6 versus 5.2. So let's go ahead and move on to my shots. I'll give you some of the data there as well. We'll take a look at those numbers and see how they compare to what we saw with Gilbert. All right, and on mine, again, you're going to see the Stix clubs on the top with the gap wedge, my current gap wedge, on the bottom. So with the Stix club on the gap wedge, I was hitting at 83.4 versus 82.2, and with a 86.3 versus 85 total rollout. We're seeing ball speed, again, very similar, 75 versus 74.2. Also saw, in this case, I saw less spin with the gap wedge at 85.55 versus 89.22 with my current gap wedge. And then also 77.1, I got a higher apex versus 74.0 with my current gap wedge at this time as well. All right, and moving on to the 7-iron, and this is where I started to see a little bit of difference in regards to distance. 141.8 versus 149.3, so I'm losing about 8 yards total distance. And we look at total distance, 148.7 versus 158.9, so about 10 yards there. Part of that is just because I did feel I did have to kind of adjust my swing slightly. I'm not the fastest club head speed by any means in the world. Look at this. I mean, this one didn't have the stickers on it. The Stix didn't, but my current did. So I tend to average around 74 with my club head speed, 74 to about 79 at the max. So it shouldn't really affect me that much. It could have just been inconsistency with me striking the ball as well. I'm about a 15 handicap. But my backspin was 5,081 versus 4,090. And we're looking also at, again, apex 74.2 versus my current gamer, which is 91.7. Again, that's a one-lane club. How that factors in, that's a possibility as well. But I got about a half-second difference in flight time as well. Again, I did have to kind of maneuver it a little bit just to control it, maybe slow my swing down slightly. That could have been part of it as well. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. Again, sometimes I overswing with my clubs anyways, trying to get that faster distance, and the tighter you hold that club, the tighter you grip it, sometimes the slower you're going to swing, as a result of your whole body being tense. So again, let's keep an eye on that. It's definitely something to factor in, especially as we move on to the driver shots as well. Okay, and then finally the driver shots. You'll see Stix on the top, 221.2 total carry versus 222.6 total carry. So not much difference there. 238.3 versus 244 for the total distance. Both of mine were slightly right of target. However, I did feel from hitting, again, I do say I have military golf where I hit right, left with my current driver. I didn't see so much right with this driver. It allowed me to swing a little faster, my miss was going to be to the left with a Stix driver, which I kind of like, knowing that I can hit it a little bit harder and know where that ball will go versus maybe it going right, maybe it going left. So that's one thing I did like about that. Backspin 2347. I do feel with my current driver, my backspin's probably a little bit low at 1866 as well. Launch angle was also higher with the Stix at 19.8 versus 17.5. My apex much higher at 116.4 versus 93.4, and a much higher flight time as well. All that I think helps me a little bit in regards to getting that ball out there, getting a little bit more backspin, and just on average seeing a better ball flight with the Stix driver. And I'm all for, if a driver, whether it has all the bells and whistles or not, I'm all for using a driver that's going to help me eliminate a miss in one direction. So in other words, if I know I'm only going to miss to the left, I can take that right miss out of the equation and allow me to have a little bit more comfort there. So I do like that. But let's go ahead and wrap this up here, and we'll get us out to the golf course to see how we do with some on the course testing as well, which I feel is really, really vital to us testing out these clubs.
All right, so Gilbert and I just finished up our shots and went over the data with you guys. So what kind of stood out to you, Gil, on the shots with the Stix golf clubs?
A couple of things stood out to me. I like the way they feel. I like the weight of them. I like how, it is a Stix shaft, but the graphite makes it a lot more flexible for it. And it was helping me get through the ball a lot better. I feel real comfortable with my old irons. I mean, been playing with them for a while, but these are really giving them a run for their money. I actually really enjoy the way they feel, really enjoy the way they look down at the ball. And like I said, I really do like that red line on the bottom to line up the ball. It's actually really nice, especially being somebody as colorblind as me. This red stands out really good on this club.
So, as you said, they are a stiff shaft, and they're a little bit more flexy. I kind of notated that in my comments a little bit. So I'm curious to see how I would control it out on the golf course. But the good thing with the driver anyways, and again, this is also geared towards people that necessarily aren't new to golf, but people that have been established in golf for a while. There's so many choices out there between different shafts, different specs, different grinds on wedges. It's almost overwhelming. Even as a golfer who's been playing for almost 10 years now, we did a review on another brand, and there's like 8 different grinds on the wedges alone. So that's a lot to kind of choose from, and sometimes it's so overwhelming that it makes you not want to make that purchase. Well, you have everything you need here. The cool thing with the driver, even though there's no adjustability on it at all, I'm not missing right, which with my driver right now, I'm missing right and left. I'm not really missing right with this club, so that would give me a little bit of an added benefit and a little bit of added confidence to be out there on the golf course knowing that I could hit a certain type of shot without really having to worry about it ballooning to the right or going both right and left. So I think that's a really cool feature once you dial in a shot or a certain club for you. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to take this on the golf course. We'll show you some on-course footage, give you guys an idea on what our thoughts were on the course as well. But overall, I'm very pleased with them. It's going to be kind of due to some on-course testing, especially with different variants like wind and different things out there, to see if this might be a good fit for me at home. But it's definitely something I've enjoyed. Really, really good quality golf club, and I'm looking forward to testing out more on the golf course. What do you think?
Oh yeah, I want to see exactly how playing around the golf with these really do compared to playing around the golf with my old irons.
So let's take you out to the golf course now. We'll give you an idea on what our thoughts are once we put this through the paces. All right, fellow garage golfers, we're out here at Alsatian Golf Course. My wife is kind enough to be filming for me today. We're going to be using the Stix golf clubs. We're going to be playing which 3 holes today. These are incredible looking clubs. I've already shown you some of the data. So now we're going to see how they actually do on the golf course and see what kind of round I can have. Again, we're going to play just 3 holes today to show you a little bit more about the clubs. Hopefully we'll shoot at or below par. That would be a really big hopefully, but we'll see how we do. And I'll give you my feedback on the experience with these beautiful clubs today. We're going to start off with a par 3. We'll be playing a par 4 and a par 5 today. So let's see how we do. Let's take that first shot. All right, so the first hole is going to be a par 3, 145 yards. We'll be using the 7-iron. We'll go ahead and take the shot and see how we do. Okay, heading right at it. And I landed right about maybe 10 feet from the hole. It rolled out a little bit, but it was a pretty good shot with the 7-iron. Felt great in my hands. And again, here you see these beautiful matte black clubs. Here's the golf bag that came with it. I added a towel and a few other accessories. About the only thing that I would change with this set is with any set that they sell, I would make sure to add the club head covers, even if they're included as part of the price, just because these clubs are too beautiful to get scratched up in your bag. So one of the first things I'm gonna do is buy me some club head covers for these, because I think these are gonna be staying in my bag for quite a while moving forward. But we'll see after today's round. All right, so let's show you the putter really quick. And again, I'm gonna get a putter head cover on this ASAP, because this thing's really, really gorgeous. Good looking putter, as you can see here. I don't know if you can get the milled face on it, but really, really gorgeous putter. And I'm gonna keep this kind of on the side of my bag because I don't want this getting scratched up at all. But really, really nice grip, nice fat grip to it. Allows you to keep your hand steady. And it is a little bit toe weighted, as you see here. A little bit of a toe hang, but that's right up my alley. It fits my swing pretty well, or my putter stroke actually pretty well as well. Let's go take the shot. All right, so this should be breaking to my right here. Gonna take the flag out. All right, so we got a little bit of a slippery putt here. Let's see how we do. Hopefully we can knock it in, or at least get it close for an easy par. Overall, the weight of this putter feels great. Been a big fan of it. Come on, come on. Oh! Just slipped that one out. Great feel to it though. Whew, barely made that in. So our first hole, we shot a par. Let's see if we can keep it going. All right, so hole 2 is a par 5, 480 yards. We'll be using the driver. Let's see if we can get this down the fairway. Overall, really good stroke down the left side. Took a little of a kick to the left, but I think we're gonna be okay there. All right, so that stroke felt absolutely great in my hands. I'm really, really impressed with the Stix golf clubs, and I'm looking forward to continuing to use them throughout this round. All right, so felt really, really good on that driver. Big fan of that feel to it. Again, I feel like I could almost eliminate the miss to the right with this club just because of the flex. I hit a nice little draw on the left-hand side, maybe left of the fairway, but the shot itself felt really, really good. But we'll see once we get down there how we're doing. Overall, really, really impressed with everything. Great quality feeling club. I'm looking forward to seeing how these withstand the test of time as well as we continue to play more rounds of golf with them. But I do anticipate them being in my bag for quite a bit, at least so I can get a really, really good feel for them and if they're gonna be a great fit for me moving forward. All right, so we're right here, a little left of the fairway, and we're ready to take our next shot. All right, so 262 away, we're gonna be using my least favorite club in a golf bag, which is the hybrid. But let's test it out. Let's see how easy it is to get this ball up in the air, and we'll go from there. All right, a little bit of a fade to the right there. Gonna be on the right side of the fairway down there. Not a good strike, more of a bad swing flaw for me, but overall, not too bad for the way I swung that club. Okay, so we got 111 to the center, 99 to the front. We'll be using the pitching wedge. And let me show you something on camera real quick. All right, so if you can see this on camera, really, really clean look to this club. I love the red line at the bottom, as Gilbert had mentioned as well. I just think it makes it stand out really, really nice. And the matte black shaft is just incredible. And again, these shafts come in, I believe, senior, regular, and stiff flex. I chose the stiff flex. This is the stiffest shaft that they sell as of now. I think possibly down the road, maybe they'll come up with something a little bit more stiff, but overall, I'm really liking the flex on this shaft personally. All right, so we got 99 to the front, got the pitching wedge in my hand. Let's see how we do here. So easy to get up in the air. Oh, even got a little action on the green on that shot. I saw a little spin back with that golf ball. So that's a really, really nice touch and a really good, really, really good sign for these irons as well. All right, let's grab this putter and see how we do. Go ahead and show them how we landed here. Not bad. Putting for par, or putting for birdie actually. I'm never used to saying that, so just said putting for par. All right. So I think it's gonna break a little bit to my left here. Go ahead and fix my ball mark. All right. So we're probably gonna have a little bit right to left break. Let's see if we can get this in the hole here. Let's go 1 under. That would be really nice. Little offset to the putter as well. I like the look of it though. Little short, Roland. That's a bad putt. That's my fault. All right, let's make it in for par at least. The head to the putter, a little heavier than what I'm used to, so it's gonna take a little bit of an adjustment. But we'll take that for par. So far, 2 holes, 2 pars, no editing. Love it. We keep things real here at Garage Golf as much as we can. All right, so we're on our last hole of the day, which is gonna be the par 4. We're gonna be using the driver again, technically, possibly a drivable par 4, 303 to the middle of the green, but it's a long green, about maybe 280 to 285 to the front of the green. So we'll take a shot with the driver, we'll see how we do, and then we'll see how we're gonna be lined up for our second shot. Okay, not my best strike again. Low liner, probably on the right side of the fairway. Let's go see how we did. All right, so here's my ball here, and we ended up about 49 yards to the front of the green. We're gonna hit a 56, and we're gonna try to do a little 1 hop and stop, possibly see if we can get any action on this golf ball. Let's see how we do with the shot. A little bit long, but overall, not too bad. All right, so roll it out a lot longer than I thought, but we still got a chance to 2-putt for par, which I'll take any day. What I'm liking about the clubs is that it's keeping me in the game, keeping me with a chance for par, which I will definitely take. Got a long putt here though. See if we can do a nice little lag putt and get it close to that hole. Left some meat on the bone. All right, well, 3 holes of golf, 3 pars. I don't know how much better I could do than that. I could have got 3 birdies, I guess, but I also didn't get 3 bogeys. So I'm pretty pumped about that. Overall, really enjoying the Stix Golf Club. Keep an eye out for future videos. I'll be doing more on-course testing with the Stix Golf Clubs. But if you have any questions, reach out to me anytime at Roland@mygaragegolf.com. Again, this is not a sponsored video by Stix. They did send us the clubs to test, but with an honest review. And my honest review is that if you're looking for a new set, don't want to spend $3,000, you definitely want to look at Stix Golf Clubs. Make sure you get the right flex for your swing. And I'll put a link in the video description where you can actually look to purchase these clubs as well. I'm not even an affiliate or anything at this point with them, but overall, just really happy with Stix Golf Clubs. And they're gonna stay in my bag for a while until I make sure that they're not the best fit for me. And so far, really happy with the product. So I'm looking forward to continuing that. As always, if you have any questions, reach out to me anytime. Until the next time we see you, keep on golfing. Thanks again.